Yo, what's going on out there, YouTube? This is SCL030 representing JVS. It's about like maybe 25 degrees out here. Now some of you guys up north are like, that's nothing. And it's probably true. I'm just cold. I'm trying not to get sick. So there was a video that posted up maybe less than, I guess, 3 hours ago about the Justice League release on digital and Blu-ray. The digital is supposed to be releasing February the 13th, and the actual Blu-ray release is releasing on March the 13th. And so a month apart. One of the things that they stated was bonus scenes. So it was like maybe like a day ago, maybe 2 days ago, Walmart posted like a little link that said in their cover box there was going to be a bonus scene, like not plural, just scene. And everybody was like, what does that mean? So I did some research, and I think the people from Collider, they're the ones that, to me, I think got it the fastest, where they basically said that Zack Snyder cut is not coming, but they detailed all the different listings. They showed like featurettes, different stories, and behind the scenes things about the release for Justice League coming out in home release. And one of the things said specifically the return of Superman. That's one of the features that are, like, I guess, included into this. Doesn't specify whether or not this is an extended cut. This doesn't specify whether or not like this is just one generic scene. It just says, and I quote, bonus scenes that were not shown in theaters. So I'm kind of like a little apprehensive about this personally, because in my head I feel like they're playing it super coy, super safe, and super disrespectful. Super disrespectful from the sense of the hashtag release the Zack Snyder cut has been something that's been going on now close to, shoot, man, been about 8 months now, maybe a little bit less than that. But this is the thing, right? Man of Steel came out. They generally let Zack Snyder and producer Chris Nolan do what they wanted to do. I'm sorry. When what was the next one? Batman vs Superman came out. You know, they let him make it, but then they dialed it back and cut the movie, and then they re-released out a regular and different version. Suicide Squad, same similar situation. Suicide Squad came out, realized they only had like months to make it. They were tampering with it. They had to reshoot stuff, and so thus you got an extended cut. Wonder Woman, Patty Jenkins, got to make the movie that she wanted, and I quote, she said, "They let me make the movie that I wanted, and we didn't remove a thing. Thus, there's no reason for Man of Steel or Wonder Woman having extended versions or deleted scenes." There was like one deleted scene, I think, for the Wonder Woman release. I didn't even look at it. Anyway, but with this, with Justice League, it is apparent and evident that there were multitudes of scenes and things cut, and just like, you got two different directors that made a movie, which is fine. Like, I mean, there's some people that really like Justice League. I was okay with Justice League. I just will not, I refuse to sit there and be like, okay, just because I like the movie doesn't mean that there's something else out there that was probably made that could have been even more ambitious and could have been better. There's no denying that. I don't care who tries to justify, well, Justice League was a failure from the beginning because nobody was going to go see the movie. Yeah, okay, true from a statistical standpoint, but from a movie as itself, as apparent as what it actually is, after you see the movie, you have full justification of saying, okay, your friend, like, you should see this or you should not. And so from that standpoint, like, people know what they saw, like, either they really enjoyed it as a family film, as, auto-generic, superhero film that have really cool parts. And then there's people that, are all behind the difference that the DCU and MCU kind of was starting to show. The hard thing about this that people don't get is that DCU has only had 5 movies at most. And so Like, they were trying to really get their legs, and they were trying to really make a really difference of how the movies are going to be made. And I'm not adding justification to what's happened. I'm just saying this, that Justice League is an enjoyable movie, but it's evident it was definitely a different movie. So where are those scenes? If you don't want to, you know, crop all this stuff together, go and look at like other stuff like The Matrix and other movies that showed like behind the scenes stuff all over the place, deleted scenes that just didn't make the cut, and they put them in the release. They put them like all right, this is a deleted scene, this is a deleted this is an alternative cut. I Am Legend is, to me, the best example of this. I Am Legend, the alternate cut of I Am Legend, they could have made a franchise off of the alternate cut because it was so much better ending than the actual film. They all said that, you know, but that's not what we got. But they at least put it out there, so those sales on those Blu-rays, they skyrocketed because everybody was like, dude, I gotta see this other cut, I gotta see this other cut. I mean, of course, Blade Runner, of course, Richard Donner cut, I mean, of course, like Watchmen, there's been cuts all over, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just talking about the standpoint that the Justice League could easily have put in their behind the scenes, like, these are deleted scenes. This is just saying the return of Superman, so I don't know what to go off on that. I feel like they're like, okay, well, everybody wants the Zack Snyder cut. We don't want to feel incompetent in the way that we made this. So if this might be better received by other people, we don't want to kind of allude to that, because I know that's what they did with Suicide Squad. But the other side of that could be, you know, like, this is what we want to get, this is how we want to platform it, but at least be a little bit more detailed and don't lay this kind of foundation like, well, where the chips may fall, if you buy it and it's not good, like, if it's not the scenes that you want, it doesn't matter, because the way we advertise it is very vague. Because it's like, if you look at the Walmart thing, it says 1, you're left to believe 1, and like, people legit have gone online and been like, this is the gospel, it's 1 scene. But yet the video they just put on, you know, DC Comics on Twitter, Warner Brothers, and everywhere else has said these are different scenes, and so they haven't directly said this is an extended cut. Or like, if that section that says the return of Superman is its own cut of the movie, we don't know. And I think it is disrespectful. I think that they should legit just tell people this is what it is, for better or for worse, because at least those people that are avid, like the release of the Zack Snyder cut, they won't feel slighted, because they'll know, okay, this is what it is. Either you choose to get it or not. I know exactly what it is. I will at least give this a try. I'll get the digital copy, look at our iTunes, and see if there's something I want to buy later, right? Instead of, you know, not knowing what the heck it is. So that's just my take on it, man. I gotta go home. I stayed late at work, and I'm tired. I am legit exhausted, tired. I need to get me some sleep. I will say this for me, I will be getting this Justice League film. I am a active supporter of believing that the Zack Snyder cut, even if it is, I forget what they call it, conditioned theatrical, where it's incomplete, what it's called, but even if it is that, just put it up there. Like, it's not gonna hurt you to tag what you kind of had, what you showed, and you screened to people. If you screened something and it was screened, you could easily just let somebody look at it and just say, okay, this is unfinished footage, and just put it up there. Like, even if it's not anything well put together, if you don't want to put any more money out there, just at least appease the fans, because then they'll be behind whatever you do moving forward. That is my stance on it, you know. But I'm not gonna be like, well, I ain't gonna buy your joint because you screwed us. I mean, I could do that, but I'm not a boycotter. That's just not who I am. I am a supporter of the craft and artistry that artists make, because I'm a director and an actor and an artist myself. I would want somebody, you know, to see what I tried to accomplish, even if it failed, you know, kind of thing. So, and I will be definitely getting it, but I'll tell you this. When I get that digital copy, if them jokers be like this, like, look, So we're gonna give you the scene with, Alfred with Superman, and then when Superman goes to his ship and gets his suit, and then when he shows up into the scene, that's what we're just gonna give you, just those scenes. And I'm like, y'all just could have told me this before, right? I'm probably not gonna buy the 4K Blu-ray. It took me a long time to get Suicide Squad. I didn't even buy Suicide Squad till much later. It took like a good year and a half before I bought it, because I wasn't gonna buy it, because I bought the digital copy and I was like, I feel slighted. You know what I'm saying? I felt in my feelings, and so I'm not gonna do that to myself this time. So I mean, it just depends on what I get, and I just acknowledge you guys to gonna go and do some research and see what you think about the return of Superman. What does that entail? Let me know in the comment sections. I know you guys in the chat are here, but I can't really kind of comment because I can't really see you guys. But I mean, again, I'm very curious, because I don't know if that means that Walmart's gonna have to change what they're saying, or if Walmart has an extra scene, or if these scenes are all encompassing of an actual extended cut, or not extended cut, extended edition of the already film. Because I feel like if it is multiple scenes, right, then why not just say deleted scenes, right? But then if it's like, okay, we have scenes that line up to scenes that you haven't seen, but then we're not going to incorporate it into the movie, that wouldn't make sense either. So that's just my take on it. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think. Are you guys getting it? Again, hashtag to release the Zack Snyder cut. My girl Fiona on Twitter, this is the other thing I was gonna say that's very disrespectful. She released her website. Everybody knew she was releasing her website today. That basically is not like coming against Warner Brothers, but it's really just contesting that there are people out there that believe in the release of the Zack Snyder cut, right? She released that today. Warner Brothers were like, yeah, let's tell everybody. I was like, yo, I was like, okay, so y'all gonna like shine on her parade, and at the same time be vague enough not to be like, okay, we acknowledging what you're saying, we get it, we know what the fans want, we know that we can't bring Zack back, but this is what we got. Like, they didn't do that. They were just like, well, there are scenes that are going to be released that were not in the theaters, to acknowledge that there were deleted scenes. But it's going to be hard though, man, because most of us have seen those deleted scenes. Like the Vimeo legit, I forget who leaked them joints, showed some scenes with Cyborg, with Barry Allen and Iris West, and a couple other scenes, like the scene where Batman is like on the golem, and like those scenes, I don't, dude, everybody's already seen those scenes. So like my thing in my head is like, okay, so you ain't even gonna give us those scenes? So I just like, I really don't know. If they don't put at least the scenes that I've already seen that I got on the internet, that's a problem. If I get those scenes and get deleted scenes by themselves, that's fine with me. I mean, at least we got something. If they go around, mess around and give us like the filtered cut that they showed to people at a screening that Kevin Smith and other people, even the cinematographer, has stapled and said there is a cut that they did screen, then shoot, man, they want me back, man. No matter what they do moving forward, I'm like, okay, at least you guys care about the fans. You might not have cared when you were releasing that joint, and you know, got politics in the way logistically when it came to the time and the marketing and what you wanted this movie to be, but at least you listen to, you know, your demographic of fans. So I have no idea. I don't know. See, Snyder wants to do the black, but yeah, I heard. I believe the director's cut is 2 hours and 23 minutes. Yeah, I heard about that too. Went to the second viewing of Justice League and timed it on my phone. It was 56 minutes. Yeah, what's going on, everybody? I feel like there was something else I was gonna say. So I got I don't know if I can pull it up on my phone right now, cause my phone died. I actually made contact with homeboy that was Ben Affleck's stunt double. I talked to him because I saw that, this is no shade to the Batman news. I appreciate. I've been like a follower of Batman news for a minute, but some of the stuff that was said or has been said been very on the negative side. Even though this is a Batman-esque, Twitter channel, but either way, unbeknownst to me, I saw that he had made contact with the stuntman, right? And so I was like, I'm not gonna say nothing. I was like, I'm gonna go and try to track this man down myself, because I saw that he was on Facebook and I saw the other message was from a phone. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna see if I can track him down and try to talk to him. I did get up with him. I did talk to him, and I'm gonna tell you what he said, and then I'm gonna tell you what my theory is of what happened. He said to me that he does not know of the existence of a Zack Snyder cut. He said this openly. I told him I appreciate him for letting me know, because that's pretty messed up. Somebody would send him some fake news about it. Then my follow-up question with him, and I'm gonna try to get back up with him a little bit later on. Follow-up question was, what do you think about Ben moving forward? Are you gonna be returning? And he basically said, I don't know if Ben is going to be moving forward or not. We're still in the waiting game, basically. And I'm paraphrasing, so I apologize for that. I should have got my phone ready, but it's dead. So my thought is that this is the fact that today they would let everybody know that there's the Blu-ray coming out with bonus scenes. Fiona released her thing today, and the fact that I don't know why Batman News would be the one to contact him only. He said only 2 people contacted him specifically on this week. I think that what happened was that from Warner Brothers' standpoint, they were like, we don't want to feel incompetent, and we don't want people, feeling one way or another. So look, you can't be sitting there telling people that about this cut that doesn't necessarily exist, because it's not necessarily a Zack Snyder cut. What it is it's a screened version of the film that is an alternative version of the film. So it's a wordplay game, right? If you say, Sam has, his very own cut of this movie, then what the real political term is, there's an alternative film that is unfinished that we don't necessarily have right on hand that was made. That's the way that I take it. I think that definitely the screen version that initially that they saw could easily be something that you could call the Zack Snyder cut, but they're not going to say that. And so to be politically correct, they told this guy, look, you can't be sitting there telling people that this exists, because it's technically not conditionally existing. And I think that the cinematographer, he already confirmed it exists. And I think even Junkie kind of alluded to there was definitely a different stance on how the film worked. So I think that they just told him, look, you can't be telling people this. And I don't think that initial message was fake. I think that he's just saying that he doesn't know for sure, and he can't confirm it. So he's like, look, I'm reneging. Because that's the same thing, honestly, that David Ayer did. David Ayer, when Suicide Squad was going, I was how could you, David? How could you do this? Get all the information. He was like, look, this is my film, this is my cut, this is the completed version that I did. And then, when I went to San Diego Comic-Con, I was sitting there listening to David talk about Bright, and it's well, at least this isn't a dumbed down studio cut XYZ, and I was like, okay, it's talking about, you know, it's talking about Suicide Squad. So, you know, and then like just recently, he's kind of been like, he dialed it back again. It was like, well, there is no other finished cut, when really we know absolutely there is a screen version that had other scenes, or at least there are other scenes that were never really put into implementation forever, or for the primary rendering. So I think that definitely Warner Brothers has been trying to save face and talking to certain people. I think they got definitely David, because David is he's gonna do Sirens. That's gonna happen. Because they would have easily like, well, he's not gonna happen. But we have to just hold on and just pray that us as fans don't feel too slighted when something is blatantly in our face. I think that if there was a whole different set of trailers, right, for Justice League that didn't show scenes that we did miss, I don't think there would be any kind of discussion right now. I think this would be a whole different stance. But we did see what we saw, you know what I'm saying? And it wasn't there. So I guess we'll see. Yeah, I didn't mean to go on this huge rant, but I guess I'm glad I did, because I had a lot that I was venting out. Warner Brothers just need to release a full cut. The dance party, like I said, like, that's semantics. It depends on the way you say that. The full cut could be like this, that, the theatrical version of this film that was up there. But the unfinished screen version, like if somebody, I think that they really should have released the Zack Snyder cut completely different. I think they should have said, release I don't know how to put it. Release the executive screening. Something to that nature, because that would have been politically correct from the hashtag standpoint, that there is a screen version of Justice League that is different than what we saw, that the execs saw. And then there was another version that was also shown as well. But I don't know. We'll see, you guys. But leave a like if you enjoyed this rant, as it were. I will be releasing out my Flash. I'm re-releasing my Flash reaction very soon, as soon as I get back home. I'll be doing like a real reaction to that actual video, because I didn't get to look at it, because I just saw like scenes, like literally like the word scenes instead of scene, and I was like, I gotta make a video off of this. So I haven't seen the video yet, so I'm gonna be doing a reaction to that, and then I'm gonna be posting up my reaction to the Suicide Squad animated film as well. So it's gonna be 3 videos coming up today, and including this. That makes 4. But I gotta go. Keep it locked. JVS, we ain't gonna stop. Man, don't forget to push that like and definitely subscribe. Peace, guys.